and clear those mines.
Which one didn't go off?
Mines are clear. We can get inside through here. Come, help me up.
You can't reach the opening. How tall are you?
Listen close. Timing is everything here. When the gun is reloading, that's when we move.
It's ready to fire. Take cover.
I love the idea of like going up the chamber of a weapon, like after.
Reloading. Advance. Another shell. Move.
That like it's like okay, it fires, the shell ejects. It doesn't really make sense the way the shell is ejecting, but it is still just a really clever way to go about this, and it is probably one of my like favorite tropes in a lot of games where it's like, okay, we got to go up the magazine in order to get in there.
That was close.
Tin cans. This is our window. Go.
Let's wait to the firing platform. Give me a boost. Keep it steady. Now.
It's about to fire again.
Come on. You'll never make it. Jump out of the way.
Bollocks. Stupid midget.
Grayson, you are in the loading zone. Navigate the machinery and jump jets, then meet me on the upper deck. And keep an eye out for slip skulls.
All this shit because marquee intel didn't spot the gun towers. 3 smart-ass monkeys.
So now these guys right here in the original game, there was an entire achievement for defeating slip skulls, and it was what slow as a tortoise is what the name of the challenge was in Resistance 1, where if you walked in and defeated them all within so many seconds, you got a...
Attention all Maquis forces. Follow emergency protocols. Render aid and gather weapons and supplies. Then report to command post.
You got a...
Right away!
you got like one of the... It was pre-trophy. It was pre-achievement. It was like the game's own challenges. And I forget... Like, I know if you got like so many of them, it was like, okay, play all the levels in mirror. And then it was like, get Ratchet and Clank as backpacks. So you could have like Clank backpacks. So all the soldiers that you'd see would be wearing Clank on their back, and he would like wave at them and everything else. It was such a really fun time, and it made like, because I know a lot of people were like, oh, what are the odds? How do we get these? How do we get a trophies for that when trophies came out? Because people were like, well, I stick with Xbox because I can get achievements. And that was like one of the Xbox selling points compared to PlayStation 3. And so I remember that everyone was like, well, Insomniac, how are we gonna get how are we gonna get these how are we gonna get achievements? Like when are we gonna get those? And they're like, we're not doing that, guys. Like we put so much time to do this, and they were like, we're not gonna come on. Come on, I ran out of all my ammo. There's gotta be one left. I'm hearing him. Maybe I'm not. It's so slow and clunky. We can do this. We can. All right, let's do this. There we go. We got this. I can scrape through all this by the end of it. Really? Get your needle gun out of here. There we go. Oh, so close. So close. Once again, really low on ammo because I couldn't hit the broadside of the barn. Now, the other cool thing this game had, because this came out in partnership with Resistance 2, was that if you played this with Resistance 2, you could infect your copy of Resistance 2 with you get it infected, and it would, like, this would infect your copy of Resistance 2, and I think it would give you Grayson as like a playable skin in Resistance 2, and then it gave you a bonus. This is the portion where I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is, because this is where it goes like, okay, this is seriously a cover shooter, but it's also of the era where it's like, nah, it just has moments that are hard. Let's go up. Go, go. It has moments of this game that are just plainly hard. But if you infected your copy of Resistance 2 or Resistance 2 infected this, what it would do is it would give you a version of the game where you played through and you were recruited by Serpa, or Grayson was recruited by Serpa and not the Marquis. So you got different dialogue where he would be like, hey, remember, I don't work for you. I work for Serpa. That's why I joined up. I'm here to help them figure out what's going on. And it changed enough things. You also got like the Nathan Hale eyes that were just different by the end of the second game, when Hale was more or less, you know, on his way out there. There we go. Can I just get out? God, apparently not. I remember in the original game, it took me forever to come around to the bullseye, but I love the bullseye's design in the second or the first and third game. The second game was the only game where I was like, this is probably the weakest design for that entire weapon.
North tower destroyed.
That was your doing, Bouchard? That's handy work for abroad.
Oh, hooray, casual sexism, because of that time period. What? I love every head just turns to it like, that's a grenade. Yeah, guys, it is. And they're just like, huh, should we address that? And they're like, and then just, it's the resounding no, just go back to firing at him. That grenade's not shit. Oh, those dropships are so cool. They look so angular and mean in this game compared to how they looked in like 2 And I think 3s were a little lackluster too. 3 also at that point though, it was just like we're using the terraforming shit, the terraforming battleships to change the planet. And I love the scale of that when you like see how big one of those are. One compared to like our own buildings, and then two compared to, you know, like a Goliath walking underneath of it. It's so comically large.
Gun deck is this way. It takes 2 men to dismantle the gun. Don't get lost this time.
Don't ditch me this time.
There!
I like that he's like, don't ditch me. It makes you wonder, like, how they... Like, what do you mean it takes 2 men to do it? It shouldn't. Like, time charges, I don't know.
Use your auger on that shield. Try to short-circuit the panel. And when it's down, I'll destroy the power cells. Savvy?
Stupid beef-eater. I see you staring at my rifle. But dream on, Private. I had my auger custom-made, suited for an emperor.
Wasn't just your height reminded me of Napoleon. Short-circuit this shield.
This way, Tommy.
I guess we are supposed... I wonder if it's... Oh no, we are like a whole head-on taller than him. That is so great. So here's the question here. Like, so the auger has this ability to like shoot through anything. It fires like radiation. And it almost makes me sit here and go like, well, why don't you just aim the radiation at the goddamn node itself? But he's like, nope, can't do that. Doesn't work like that. I do also like the fact that this is where we start playing along with the idea of using Chimeran weaponry mixed with our own. It's not just like, ah, yes, let me... It's not just, ah, yeah, like, here, I picked up one of their weapons. In the first game, that makes sense. The part that doesn't make sense from the first game is the fact that it's like, okay, we're using, we pick up the Chimeran guns, and that some weapons are used that just aren't in the game. So, for instance, everybody, even if you saw in this, everybody has, like, a 1911, but a 1911 is not at all available in this game. Yeah, they do a significant amount of damage. Hey, check that out. Radio Free Rotterdam. I busted Mallory good about the ambush over Rotterdam, figuring we Brits walked right into a Marquis trap. Britain lost some fine blokes today. I watched 3 Tommies, their tethers tangled in the doors, get incinerated when a slug from a gun tower breached their VTOL's fuel tank. Though I wasn't much better for those of us who managed to jump clear and fall into the teeth of the Chimeran defenses. This recording exonerates the Marquis. A looping broadcast from their intel scouts in Rotterdam warned of the defenses being erected up and down the Atlantic coastline. These broadcasts never reached England because the Chimeran started jamming the signals from the gun towers. Oh.
That was close.
Short-circuit this shield.
We're so close. Bam. Nope, couldn't get my health back.
That bloody dropship spotted us. Give me that lark. I'll shoot the bastard from the sky and clear our route down.
Here.
The L-206 Lark. The L-206 light anti-armor rocket is an early model of the L-209. Pressing the R button launches rocket munitions. Pressing the L button pauses rocket in mid-flight. While paused, select new targets with the reticle, and then press the L button to relaunch the designated. Pressing the R button will instantaneously detonate the rocket.
Incoming!
Thanks for the tip.
I'm so happy to have boss fights too. I'm a massive fan of like boss shooters. And this game is really no exception. I think I've had like 1 or 2 games where I'm like, I don't really want to fight a boss in this game. I don't think it would be as enjoyable. But this one, honestly, they're really well done. It's a decent arena. It's not insanely hard. It gives you like, hey, use this to fight it, which, you know, sure, here's...
Find some new cover, Molly.
I think I got one more volley, right? Couple, maybe. Maybe these respawn a little bit. Really? Forces the miss.
Some help here. Tower's gonna collapse any minute.
Forces the miss so it can get all the way around. That's fun. There you go.
Hurry, Tommy! Keep up!
Woo!
Just to be clear, Tommy, Bouchard insisted we recruit you, but I don't trust you. If you pull any shit in my army, it's off with your head.
Fuck you, Mallory.
There's our opening. Change your heading. Proceed to the emergency rally point.
Grayson destroyed the Chimeran anti-aircraft gun, opening a window for the 2nd Squadron. Within hours, we were able to pass through, bringing supplies and reinforcements. At a makeshift command center on the outskirts of Rotterdam, plans were quickly drawn up and assignments made. Cartwright would lead a task force to the south to intercept a Chimeran earth mover that was heading towards Luxembourg. I would take the remainder of 2nd Squadron to Luxembourg, where plans for the attack on Paris were being finalized. Grayson would accompany Bouchard to Bonn, under the command of Marquis Colonel Roland Mallory. Scouts investigating the dried-up Rhine River discovered a massive Chimera facility at Bonn. Carriers were spotted outside the structure's dome. Bouchard and her father had been studying the Chimera conversion process for months. The raw materials used to create new menials, human bodies, had become scarce after the initial invasion. Hybrids, menials, and greyjacks had already begun to vanish by June 1951. All over Europe, the original conversion centers were found abandoned in the process of being dismantled by Chimera drones. But this did not mean the Chimera were dying out. Marquis scouts were reporting intensified activity at new Chimera conversion facilities. How were they operating? Where were new raw materials coming from? Bouchard, with Grayson's help, intended to find out.
The animation for this is fantastic. Like I said, this is still just a PSP game too, which makes it all the more impressive.
Roland, grab my notebooks. What are you going to do with that? What are those for? You think you're going to blow that up?
Something like that?
Look, Grayson, you are here because of your field experience. I need you, but we are here to find out what they are doing. You British, always wanting to blow things up. It will not work
Wow,
here.
I think she's confusing him with an American. A problem with that.
But when you're done, this place is going up.
But I do appreciate, you know, the proper application of explosives. It's the best way to solve these problems. How do you stop aliens? Enough explosives.
Move out. Come on, Tommy. I want you in front of me.
Wow, feels like I'm gonna get shot in the back there.